Good morning. You all know what day it is. Oh, yes, it is Thursday. Thankful Thursday. It's going to take a minute and let you guys get on the live. All right, so good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is Thankful Thursday, and I'm thankful most of all for God waking me up this morning. Oh, yes, and give me another day to demonstrate His glory and give Him praise. I'm also thankful to all of you for joining me each and every Thursday. Even for those of you, sing there's nothing left. Even for those of you watching me on the replay, I'm thankful for you. All right, what am I going to talk about today? I thought I'm going to talk about things that I was going to do a recap of all the things that most of the things I can recall that I've mentioned on here that I'm thankful for. Because sometimes, yes, like myself, I'm trying to find new things, and there are always new things to be thankful for, but there are also the old things that we can be reminded of, and also just to have appreciation. For example, I always like to say, let's give it up for service people, because if they don't get up and go to work, we wouldn't have the gas station to go to, the convenience store, the coffee shop, the buildings that are clean. So let's give it up for service people, great neighbors, great bosses, great co-workers, great friends, great family, just things that we just take for granted, even just breath. It is when somebody's in the hospital and you have to hear that they're holding on for dear life, you don't think about air or breathing as something that's precious until that moment comes. Or even life, when your life is going nowhere, when someone's life has been taken. And so I just want to take a minute to just reflect on those things that we take for granted: life and breath and our eyesight and being able to walk and just get up in the morning. It is not something that is just that should be taken lightly, because there are many people who have gotten up this morning, they couldn't come out of their beds, their legs weren't working, maybe they had back pain, whatever the case is, maybe they had to be lifted out of bed today by somebody. Why don't you give God praise this morning, because you're able to get up and move about on your own. No one has to lift you up. No one has to shower you. No one has to feed you. We're not saying there's not a place for those things, and we're grateful for those individuals who provide those services. But what about being grateful that we have the ability? And as I like to say, they say if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. And I like to say that it's better to fix your health than to wait till later on. I have a lot of friends that say to me, "Oh, that's so expensive," because I would like to buy organic stuff, and I buy certain things because it's better for my health. And I say, well, it's better I spend the money now, or I'm going to pay for it later. That's why I say good morning to everybody on the live. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me for Thankful Thursday. Just take a minute and just think, what are you thankful for today? What have you been complaining about? What haven't you really give God thanks for that you should have? And what I am going to talk about quickly today is the blessings that we start to complain about. There comes a time where you really wanted a job, and you got that job, and then now you're complaining about that job. Or you wanted that spouse, and that spouse is just not all that you wanted, and now you're complaining. Or you need a place to live. You got into that place. Now you're complaining about the place, whether it's too small, the landlord, whatever the case is. I'm not saying they're not reasonable things that we can find fault with. However, what I am trying to say is that sometimes the very things that we ask God for to bless us with, we turn around and we complain about it. And so today I just want us to be mindful to even just take a minute to, ask the Lord to forgive us for complaining. Because when we didn't have a job, we wanted a job. Even if the job that we're in, we don't like it, we don't love it, the boss is not nice, the point is that job is still providing your needs. It's doing something for you. And as they say, you're not a tree. Move. If you don't like it, move. Instead of complaining, find something else to do. And if you can't, then be grateful that the job hasn't let you go, because you're still there to be able to provide your needs. Now, Also, I heard a guy say something the other day that we complain, we might talk to our body and say, "Oh, this my body's fat," and he said, "Well, your body has worked very hard to keep you safe." And yes, you may not like how it looks, it may not be in the best condition. However, you can change that. You have control. But what I'm trying to get at today is that wherever you're at, whether it's in that place that you don't love, that job you don't love, or the body you don't love, why don't you just give God thanks for it anyways? Give God thanks for it anyways. Because there was a time when you didn't have it and you wanted it. And again, if you don't like the condition of the situation or the thing, work towards changing it. All right, so I just wanted to just remind us to not complain about those things that were once, that we desired so much. It's kind of like even a car. People are like, "Oh, bless me with a car, bless me with a car, God." They get a car and then they're complaining, "Oh, gas is expensive. Oh, I have to maintain it. Oh, this and all that." Well, is that on God, or you didn't count the cost first? You didn't count the cost first of those things that you desired and went into it because you had a need. And then if God didn't answer, you say, "Oh, God doesn't listen to you." But when God does answer you, you start to complain about the very thing that you asked for. So sometimes we have to take responsibility for not being responsible, in our choices. All right, so I just want to say once again, thank you for joining me. You are very welcome. As I said in regards to the health comment, if you don't want to buy the expensive food now, you don't want to take care of yourself now, you're gonna end up paying later on in medication and not in good health. So take care of your health now, get it in order, just like your finances. Get your finances in order. You don't want to be surprised later on. "Oh, how did I accumulate this amount of debt? Why can't I pay my bills?" Well, if you take the time to look at your situation and look at your finances, you know exactly where your money is going. You won't be surprised. People are surprised because they haven't done the work. They haven't examined their situation. They haven't examined the numbers. You haven't even examined what you're eating. You haven't examined certain things. And as I said before, the cost of certain things before we ask for it. Sometimes I believe that God gives us things to show us you weren't really ready for this. Because if He doesn't give it to us, we're gonna say something else. If He gives it to us, it's why did He give me this? And the question is it really God's a problem or we're the problem? I think we're the problem. I don't think God's a problem. I think we humans are the problem. Anyways, that's enough for this Thursday. God bless you all. I pray you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I pray you're mindful of the Lord today in all your doings, all your ways, your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. I pray the Holy Spirit would be with you today, the Spirit of truth, guiding you and leading you into all truth and speaking to you and downloading revelation to you. Have a wonderful day and be a blessing to someone today. All right. I haven't done Be Kind Friday in a very long time, but nevertheless, tomorrow is Friday. So you know what? Be kind, extra kind. God bless you. Bye-bye.